안녕.
As a professional connoisseur of Omega vs. Yaoi fanfiction, I have wondered more than once if biological man can indeed get pregnant.
Pregnant? Ha! How possible we hear of this?
After some deep research, I read like a couple articles and watched some YouTube videos and shit, I wanted to document my findings right here. Digital footprint be damned. There are 3 things that are absolutely required in order for pregnancy to occur. A sperm, which is found in cis men, an egg, which is found in cis women, and a uterus, which is also found in cis women. Now, the short answer is no, men cannot get pregnant. And no, I'm not talking about trans men who are still like fertile and stuff and have wombs inside them because they were genetically born with that stuff. So to make it clear and just to keep it simple, I'm strictly talking cis on cis action. I'm specifically talking about cis men. So I'm sure most of us are aware of how pregnancy works, right? The sperm enters the eggs, fertilizes it, the egg chills in the uterus, aka the womb, and sticks to the uterus wall, which would have thickened in preparation for and sticks to the uterus walls, which would have thickened in preparation for a possible pregnancy. That's the stuff that sheds during your period when pregnancy doesn't happen. And then it goes from a fertilized egg to an embryo to a fetus, bada bing, bada bam, 9 months later, a baby is born. That's how we all came here. So, the only thing that a man has for pregnancy is the sperm. For the eggs, we already have the technology to extract eggs from women and to freeze it for later use. A lot of women do that when they're getting older because eggs expire? No, not expire, no. I sound stupid as fuck. Eggs don't expire, they run out because during each period cycle, 1 egg comes out. Menopause and that. Anyways, so like I was saying, we already have the technology to extract eggs from women and freeze it for later use. So that's also out the way. So what we really need to get the man pregnant is to give him a womb, right? Right. I started researching about uterus transplants and it's a very real thing. In the University of Alabama, there was a woman who had a uterus transplant followed by an embryo transplant, and 9 months later she gave birth to her son. And as far as I know, she didn't seem to have any major health issues or complications afterwards, and both her and her son are alive and well and healthy. Congratulations to them. And according to Wikipedia, as of 2023, 100 women have gone through uterus transplants and 50 births have been had, which in the grand scheme of things is not a lot when compared to other medical procedures, but there's progress, and there's still progress being made because it's all still in the clinical trial phase. But we're going somewhere. And currently, all the focus is, of course, on cis women who struggle with infertility, and this procedure can help them with childbirth. Though it's not permanent. After 5 years, they have to take the uterus out to avoid her having to take immunorepressive drugs for the rest of her life. Now, of course, this surgery is very difficult as one would expect. Okay, it's one thing to implant a uterus into a body that's supposed to have one. It's a whole nother ballgame to implant a uterus into a body that doesn't. But that doesn't mean it's not possible. As doctors continue to research and develop this area of the medical field, we're getting closer to being able to implant wombs into men, which would also be great news for trans women who do want to get pregnant too. But again, I'm talking about cis men popping babies. Okay, but like Omega vs. Yaoi brain rot aside, if men want children that badly, they need to figure out how to get pregnant themselves. If all these men in power are so scared about the birth rate dropping and so worried about the economy crashing, get pregnant then. Why don't you go and birth the next generation? And especially since y'all are so keen on making abortion illegal, I better not see not one of you bastards step foot in those clinics either. Use your beloved AI to figure out how to grow a womb inside you, get in line, and go get bread the way the universe intended. Whilst research... Oh, not a good time to be talking. I'm trying to film a video. Damn! Okay, anyways. Whilst researching... researching. Interesting. Anyways, while researching, I stumbled upon something called... Ooh, give me a minute. Persistent Mullerian duct system. I think... it's a sexual disorder that only affects men. It causes them to have a uterus and fallopian tubes but still have the male sex organs. So theoretically speaking, they could bear children too. But okay, seriously though, that's probably not a good idea because it's a bit more complicated than just them having a uterus chilling in their belly. It can lead to way more serious issues, including cancer, if left untreated. Yeah. And thus, to wrap up this video, no, man cannot get pregnant right now. But in the future, yeah, it's time to take the phrase submissive and breedable and make that shit real for them too. Hashtag Omega males are valid. Hashtag omega males are real.
So I had to go to work today, but I couldn't afford my suppressants. And the second I walked into there, every single alpha targeted me. And I just can't do this anymore, guys. I can't live in a world where I should not be expected to spend hundreds of dollars out of my check because these alphas cannot control their urges because what, a couple fucking pheromones?
Okay, this video was like half joking, but I'm actually so serious too. If these men in power just love babies and hate abortion so damn much to make laws against women's body and her choices, come bear these fucking kids then. I know y'all are fertile as hell. The technology is definitely possible too. Come stand on business. Anyways, thanks for watching and hope you learned one new thing. Liking, comment, and subscribe, especially if you made it this far. Are you really gonna sit through the whole video and not click one little button, please? That's all for this video. Researching this made me realize I actually don't know as much as I did about pregnancy. Big yikes. Anyways, bye.
Bam.